You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Pat Harvey, and here are your top stories. The rain is back, and with it, the chance for thunderstorms and flooding. Let's go right to Dani Ruberti with our next weather forecast. Hi, Dani.
Hi, Pat. Yeah, that storm, it's moving closer to us. We've been seeing rain all throughout the day. It's been pretty widespread, but the main ingredient going into tonight, it's going to be those thunderstorms that start firing up. But we are dealing with flash flood warnings already, and that is in effect for some of those key areas that are always under the gun. This is going to last until 10 o'clock, and these are the areas where we have already seen kind of heavy rain out there. So Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, right there along the 405 through Santa Monica into Calabasas, the Hollywood Hills. You can see that over in areas like Glendale into the Malibu Hills. This is where flooding is either happening right now or it is imminent. We are expecting it to happen, and we are not done with the rain quite yet. And so as we zoom things out, this gives you a good idea. A lot of you are seeing rain outside your home, but those yellows, those are indicating those pockets of more moderate rain that's moving through. And so you can see everywhere in Orange County, you are getting some rain right now. It is knocking on your rooftops, stretching from San Clemente all the way to Huntington Beach. And it's these little cells that are off the coast that are going to start moving in. We've got some rain and snow through the Inland Empire. So you can see through areas like Rancho Cucamonga into Pomona, snow up in the mountains, Wrightwood, and that's going to start dropping those levels. We have winter weather advisories in effect going into tomorrow. Pasadena into Alhambra towards Arcadia. We've got that green, those darker greens indicating that widespread rain. And then also Inglewood over to Manhattan Beach towards Downey. All areas in LA County really seeing these rain showers. In Santa Clarita, you've really been seeing some heavy rain over the last several hours. Here's a look at areas like San Dimas into Glendora, where we do have that rain that's coming down. And again, you've got that over in Santa Clarita as well. Let's talk about the flooding threat. For everyone in our area, it's there. It's a marginal risk. And that's mainly because as these thunderstorms develop, I mean, they bring a lot of rain in a little bit of time. And that's what could very easily lead to some flooding on the roadways, potentially for some of those landslides, those rock slides. So that's something we're watching very closely going into tonight. But let's talk timing in all this. So going into 7:30, you can see rain moving through the Inland Empire, snow up in the mountains, and then we're going to start to see these little pockets kind of bubbling up through areas of southern Orange County going into later this evening. And then we start drying out going into our Thursday morning. Snow will continue up in the mountains. So with any of these isolated storms, we're talking crazy winds, hail, and even some rotation. So brief and weak tornadoes are possible with these. Rain amounts between 1/4 of an inch to 1 inch of rain, isolated amounts of 1 to 2 inches if we get these storms developing and bringing that heavy rain in a brief period of time. And on top of that, snow levels, they're going to drop to about 4,500 feet overnight. So a dusting of snow is possible along the Grapevine. Coming up on KCAL News at 8, we're going to continue to track the rain and the storm for you, but we're also going to talk about a sweet warm up once we get to this upcoming weekend. That's all coming up in a bit. Pat.
All right. See you then, Dani. And it appears a measure that would require Los Angeles to add more bike lanes, speed bumps, and other street safety measures may pass. KCAL News reporter Tom Wade explains some of the questions and hurdles the measure now faces.
I'm Tom Wade in Studio City. It looks like Measure HLA in Los Angeles is going to pass with a pretty decisive victory. This is the Safer Streets Initiative. Essentially, it will require the city of Los Angeles to add more bike lanes and pedestrian safety zones across a number of city roads and streets. The big question tonight we're trying to tackle is how will the city pay for all of this? Right now, I spoke with someone with the city council president's office, and he says they're trying to figure that out. They're going to have to prioritize and budget for this as they figure out how to roll all this out in the next few years. This is based on a mobility plan that was rolled out back in 2015 by the city council. So right now, the city council, the mayor's office, their hands are kind of tied because voters have clearly said they want this to be taken care of. Also, the question becomes, where do these changes begin? Where does the city start with some of these road improvement plans? We'll have some of those answers coming up tonight.
And developing news now from Philadelphia, 8 students shot as they were waiting for a city bus. It's the latest in a number of shootings in the last several days on the transit system. And here's Hugh Key, Washington, with the latest.
After school around 3 p.m., students from Philadelphia's Northeast High School were waiting for a city bus when shots were fired in their direction.
I heard a series of pops very loud, but I live down at the next block, and I just started running for down here. By that time, it was already over.
According to police, the assailants were sitting in a nearby car.
At some point when the bus is pulling up and the kids are converging to get on the bus, 3 individuals exit that vehicle and then and discharges multiple times. At least over 30 times they fire into the kids that are getting onto the bus.
Wednesday's attack is the fourth shooting involving commuters of the city's transit system in as many days. Around the same time, an elementary school was dismissing students but pulled them back inside and locked down. Philadelphia's mayor vowed to take action to stop the violence.
And we don't apologize for using every legal and constitutional tool in our tool belts in order to get that done.
Philadelphia isn't the only big city working to fight transit crime. New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced plans Wednesday to send the National Guard to the New York City subway system.
Anyone looking to do harm or spread fear on our subways, you will be caught.
Some 750 Guard members will help police search passengers' bags for weapons following a series of high-profile crimes on city trains. Yuki Washington, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And this has been CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back live on KCAL News at 8 here on CBS News Los Angeles.